And so I put the Quran away. I said, this book doesn't apply to my life. And I opened up the Bible. And I said, I don't know where to turn. I know Christians read the New Testament, so I'll go to Matthew chapter 1. Saw it was a bunch of genealogies, so I skipped it. I was a Muslim. I had an excuse. Skipped it. Didn't take me long to get to Matthew chapter 5, and this is what it says. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. And I thought, this is exactly what I just prayed. God put this verse in here for me. I mean, you guys can read it if you want, but it's my verse. And I was like, this is amazing. And as I read it, it was like it was electric, and it jumped off the page and kick-started my heart. There's actually many stories in the Quran, and only one of them actually has a beginning, a middle, and an ending. All the rest of them pick up in the middle, or they leave off before it's ended. So the Quran is very different, and Muslims don't turn to the Quran like Christians do the Bible. I mean, Christians will go to the Bible for their guidance. Muslims will go to the imams for guidance, expecting the imams to explain the Quran to them. But they're not going to go directly to the Quran for any exegesis. They're going to go to their teachers first, generally speaking. And I was like, who is this God? And I read the next verse. It says, blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. And I'm thinking, I hunger and thirst for righteousness. I'm not righteous. Every time I try to be righteous, I fall, I sin. But you're telling me just that I hunger and thirst for righteousness means I'm blessed? What kind of God is this? And I start reading through the scripture, not trying to tear it down as I always had, but actually to receive what it had to say. And I thought, this is amazing. And I didn't want to miss a thing, so I was reading every single footnote. And I would ask God a question. I'd be like, God, how do I know you're even hearing me right now? And I'd read the footnote. If you want to know God can hear you, go to 1 John 3. Thanks. Boom. 1 John 3. And I start reading, and I'm going back and forth every single footnote. It takes me a while to get from Matthew 5 to Matthew 10. But when I finally get to Matthew 10, this is what I find. He who proclaims me before the people of this world, I will proclaim before my Father in heaven. And he who denies me before the people of this world, I will deny before my Father in heaven.